Hello, all you wonderful people. I am totally normal Frost. Totally doing a normal, everyday version of Legend Seeker from a totally normal place where things are totally normal. And Calvino did return from his bird hunting. He brought back all kinds of loot. Yes. Boy, they scream a lot, don't they? Ah, they'll calm down. And now he is happily on my lap, nibbling on my arm, and wearing totally normal 21st century clothing, I think. Right? This is still a style, I think. Got the ties and the things to show off your not vampire chest. Right? Yeah? Yeah? I think this is normal. Hi. Did you have a good run out there? All right. Okay, Calvino. I've got to move you slightly. I know you don't like that much, but there you go. All right. So, what? I'm not a vampire. I'm a totally normal person. Because look. I will tell you, prove it. Would a vampire put this in his drinks? Not blood. See? Normal. This is not blood. Right? And would a vampire also drink this? Which is, let's see, also not blood? It's totally normal. Totally not blood. It's very good. What? I have a very happy cat. He's so happy after having sacked the village. I mean, bird hunting. Or whatever. My gosh. Okay, this is not planned, but he is drooling up a storm. He's just drooling like a baby kitten right now. He is so happy. So, today is Halloween, Reformation Day, All Hallows Eve, all those things. And we're going to be working on some of the spookier bits and pieces of Legend Seeker lore. And I've got to check one thing here quickly. Calvino, I need a hand. I need one hand. I need at least one finger to type. Send a message to Calvino. That's my arm. Oh, it's a good thing I'm wearing this bracer right now. He just grabbed it and pulled my arm over. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh no, I wish I couldn't read. Oh no, I need to go look in selfies and pics. Did somebody figure out how to take a picture of me? Wait a second. Somebody got a shot of me. Who was it? Calvino looks very, very guilty right now. Very nice. Hi. Are you comfortable? He is laying on my lap just doing the paw thing with his big meat hooks. Oh my gosh, so terrifying. All right, so a couple of the things that I was looking at is I was going to write up a little bit of the stuff of Mordecai just to do it. But because it is Halloween, I wanted to go and talk about some of the crazy creatures in some of these areas that I wanted to do some special little write-ups about, like a specific version of a creature or a specific character. Now, Erudi has the really cool Savael the Eternal, who is a very, very powerful vampire. And he's got the Smiler. He's got some other creepy things. I was looking down in here trying to find the thing that where is it? Lore and Creatures. There we go. It was... All right, I had the succubus marked. It was the liches. Because I was working on something with a little bit of a lich flavor for a side thing. A little side character. At least this time you know your screen isn't cracked. Exactly. Yeah, the Smiler's Nightmare Fuel. Calvino, I'm going to have to move you. Okay. Yeah. And if you may have noticed, I have my other assistant behind me. I gotta move you for a second, buddy. I just gotta shift my legs. Here we go. Oh, I'm just picking you up a little bit. He is just not in the mood for being moved around right now. Oh, you can't lay like that. No. He wants to say hi to the assistant back here. You want to say hi to him? Go ahead. Just don't knock him over. There you go. Thanks. You didn't even knock him over. Good boy. All right. Can I put you back down? Yes, I know you want to snuggle under my beard. Oh, he smelled my drink. Ow, that's my fingers. He smelled what I was drinking and decided he wanted some. Because it's totally not blood. Hi. All right. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Oh my gosh. We can't play right now. I made the mistake of wearing this because now he wants to play with the strings. Okay, well, I may be actually covered in blood soon. We'll see. All right. So one of the things, like I said, I was working on the idea of an undergod, but I was also working on the idea of another character. Where was I putting him here? I will just add a new little thing in here for this character, who is this lich that I was playing around with. Hi, buddy. What? Blood? What? I didn't, I'm in black and white. You can't see any blood. Haha. Perfect. Right, Calvino? It hides everything. All right, I'm going to have a little bit more of this not blood. His short senses are tingling. I was worried about where that sentence was going when I heard my shorts and I saw the word tingling. Then I saw senses are. I'm like, yay! He added words. I like it. All right, so, one of the things that I was going to do here, because I like mixing bits and pieces of creatures and lore and characters in fun little stories, which is, you know, probably why I enjoy writing stories, is I was trying to get, and Erudi, you can help me work on through this, because I was trying to work on a lich, but I wanted there to be a tie between him and a succubus. Now, I'm trying to decide if it would make sense for a succubus to have lured him down this path. Hi. What? You gonna meow at me? Meow? No, he gave me a silent meow. Okay. Because, let's see, succubus, they're the devils of temptation. Yep, and they're from Infernus. All right. I was trying to find there was one specific thing in here. Yeah, the charm and enchantment. Desire or violence. Okay. Because they do have the dream walking. There we go. That was it. So I wanted to create this guy. Hi. With. What? What? What do you need? What? You just, okay. You already sacked one village. I'm not going to let you out sack another one already. It's not time. You can't have two. Really? He wants another village. What about second villages? All right, because this lich. Hi. Hi, buddy. Oh, look, a tail. Look, a kitty cat head. She's a roll succubus. Nice. So I thought it would be fun to have a lich who wasn't intending to become a lich, but he got drawn into it by this succubus. Now, I had two ideas there. One of them was that the lich was actually going to be, have been, you know, a very self-serving person, but felt quite a kinship with this specific succubus. But that felt a little odd. So it felt better to me to have him being kind of railroaded by her and her abilities to go down a road that he wasn't quite ready for. Buddy, that would work. Hi. Yes, you're a very good kid. Yes, you are. You're huge, but you're very good. You're taking up my entire lap and you're making it feel like it's 112 degrees in here. But where are we going? What are we doing now? You're moving around. You're headbutting the keyboard. Okay. That's making it hard for me to write. Okay, there you go. Flop there. So, since it does seem, when I was looking back through the Lich thing, there was a... Ow! Because he could be a little less evil for evil's sake and wanting to have been alive for longer or gotten into some forbidden knowledge that took him down that route. So I think that could work. But I'm hitting a little bit of a spot in the middle of this, so I think I might actually go back to the other little bit I was working on. By the way, have you guys all read the lore for these things? And also, have you looked at the Velociraptor? I'm just saying. It's there. There's also a Canadian bear in there. Alright, so if I go back to the other thing I was doing, because I was revisiting Erudi. Oh, I forgot to open this up. I was revisiting the that kingdom where Savael came from. I was trying to find the best place to put that on the map to make it all spooky and scary. To give a place for that, all that stuff to go to. Because we've got Eldwin on the coast here. And the village... What, Kelvino? That, yeah, that's... Ow, that's my chest. That's flesh that you got those claws in. Ow. Oh, that hurts. Hi. Yeah, you're a very kitty cat. Very, very good kitty cat. Yep. Alright. Hold on, buddy. Alright, so... Villare. His kingdom fell into ruin. Alright. That was a peaceful coastal town. Alright, and... Narrows Keep. There we go. Alright, so... Narrows Keep originally I had up here. Yeah, I think this could still work. Let's see if I go to labels. Sevi's an evil succubus. Alright, Erudi. Later. So, the story of this guy is, if you haven't read the whole thing, you'll have to go in and read it because there's a lot of information in there. But I believe this is going to be where we put the Narrows Keep. And we change the font to this. And we make it a heck of a lot smaller. And we put it there. Boop. Now, what I don't think he is specified. Okay. All right, so I want to figure out where I'm going to put his little vampire kingdom, but I've got, this is going to be a relatively, this area here has a lot of horrible things that happened in it. I have a story I'm writing up about the curse that happened in the Whitewood. Eldwin is where he made a name for himself and killed a lot of people, the vampire guy in the service of Grix. Narrows Keep is where he committed his worst atrocity for killing people during the Godkiller War, Senna's fall is where Senna's body crashed to the earth after she was undone by Grix. This is not a happy-go-lucky place. This area it's seen problems. I kind of like it. He's off to find a succubus. I don't know, what would it be? Only succubus? That doesn't really roll off the tongue. Again, just to be sure that you all know, this is totally not blood. Right? You can read it. Also not blood. Also not blood. I wouldn't lie to you. Hi, Calino. Yes, I didn't trim my mustache. And I have not blood on my whiskers that may have dripped down onto you. I am apologizing in advance, Calvino. All right, where is once a flourishing realm? Okay. I want to make sure that I'm not wrong about this. So I don't think he had a specific place where it was, but I think Valara is going to be up here. I may move Narrow's Keep to a little farther down near the Whitewood here. So I think we're going to grab this. We're going to move it down here. We are going to go into the labels. I've got to figure out, or symbols, I mean. I don't remember which level that, or layer that one is on, but we're gonna put the keep here. It'll be much closer to the Whitewood. And then this will be, go back into labels here. Now that I think about it, I better do this. For my own organizational sensibilities, there we go. All right, so we're gonna make a new one here. Oops. I type so many words and some of them are correct. And we're gonna make that a little bit larger. We're also going to put that there. I'm just putting Lost on these because it's the Lost Places, and I think I have that Lost Acadia. And we'll decide if that makes any sense later. If it makes no sense to have the word Lost in front of it, we'll just call them Valara and Acadia, and it won't be that big a deal. Calvino, you are like 700 degrees. What in the world are you doing? Hi, yeah, and he just digs his claws in like, yes, I am. You can tell he fed mightily upon the villagers, I mean birds, in Minecraft. Or something like that. We call them prostitutes. Uh-huh. All right. There we go. So does anybody have a creepy story that they want to chat about? Anybody? Anyone wanna? Because I have a lot of very creepy stories and weird stories and dark stories, but they're also not fun stories half the time because they involve gross things, sometimes very bad things, like unpleasant things. You're like, why did you tell me that story? All right, we're gonna go up here to this portion of the world. That was Grix. All right, this is him the story. All right, I'm just trying to find. All right, we'll grab the Azure Kingdoms heading here. Oh my gosh, he's snoring. Well, I don't know if you can hear him, but Calvino is snoring. Oops. Why not prostitutes? Oh my gosh. So when this is just a kind of a fun one. Dave will relate if he's here. One of the houses I used to live at when I was a kid, it was like I was 10? Yeah, 10 or 11. And we used to walk to school from it, and it was like 1.5 miles to 2 miles down to town. But we just cut through the nearby graveyard. We cut through fields and farms and down roads and stuff to get there the back way. So we lived literally within eyesight of the graveyard. We could just walk right down there and go wandering through it. Two of my older brothers, they worked there as summer jobs, but they got to clean things up and help dig and stuff like that. So real fun stuff for kids to do. It's a Calvino. Yeah, he's passed out on my lap snoring right now. So we used to go through that graveyard, and when we come back from, like, if my brothers had a basketball game, because I was the assistant to the basketball coach, so I had to stay late and put things away. I did stats, and I had to get all those stats done. And it was 10, 11, because it was middle school. And I'd come back, and we'd go through the graveyard, and my younger brother would sometimes be there at the games with me. And when it was getting near the winter, when you come back a little later, it's pitch black. We didn't carry flashlights. It was the 80s. We're wandering through there. All of a sudden, my little brother's like, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "Yeah, what was that? I don't know what that was." We hear somebody going, making a noise. I'm like, and I hear it, and I realize it's my older brothers in the graveyard. They knew we were coming, and he's in there going, "Howly, howly, howl," and he is trying to be creepy, and I'm like, okay. And I told my younger brother, I said, "We got to get out of here. Which way is it to the house?" I knew which way it was. It's not that big a graveyard. And he was just like, he couldn't figure out, so he went and hid behind a tombstone. I said, "No, we got to move." And he goes, "Nope." I was like, "No, we got to go. We got to get out of here." And he's like, "Nope, I'm not going anywhere." I'm like, oh no, if we stay out here too long, my mom is going to be pissed because we're supposed to be home by a certain time. So I had to drag him away from it, and he is screaming to get dragged away from it. And he pushed me, and it was pretty impressive because he's 2 or 3 years. He is 2.5 years younger than me. He pushed me and got away from me and ran off. Now I'm like, great, I'm in so much trouble, and I didn't even do this. I went to go find him, and suddenly we see a flashlight, and I hear my not my middle brother, my second oldest brother saying, "Where are you idiots at? Mom's gonna be mad." I was like, "It was us. We were doing it." My little brother wouldn't come out. And all of a sudden, I hear my brother go, "Whoa!" I'm like, oh no, what did he do? He says, "Come here!" And he called me by name, and I come over, and my little brother, my older brother, we all came over. He's like, "Ha! You're dead." He looked at the tombstone. He had the flashlight. We're looking at it. It had my same first name, my same middle name, my same last name. This guy died when he was like, I think it was like 60 something or whatever. The day he died was my birthday. I was like, okay, that freaks me out a little bit. They're like, "Oh, you're a dead guy." Like, you guys are jerks. And I never, ever walked past that grave again. Ever. I avoided, when we would walk through, I would avoid that right-hand part of the graveyard just to go around by this one mausoleum so I could cut over a hill and go down to school. It's like, ooh. That was really weird, though. I mean, I have a relatively common name, so it's not that strange. But the same birthday, death day, that was a little weird. He is a vampire. Winter proven. Exactly. I'm just reincarnated all the time. Yeah. Let's see. All right, we're putting some info into here. I don't think we have a... Okay. We're going to name it Rosecrest. It was a kingdom, dialect common, religion. We'll say none because it doesn't have it. The demonym is Valarin. So, one other time on that, we lived on the Mississippi there. There were a couple of little bars and things down there that parents went to all the time. My mom worked at a couple different places, and one of the places she worked was one of the restaurants down there. But my stepfather worked at the marina because he was, big into boats and everything. And we used to go down there and fish all the time. And in the spring, we'd go down there when the ice was starting to break up, and we would go down and fish as early as we can because, we could catch some stuff occasionally. And we were down there one day, and this story is just a little gross. We were down there one day, my younger brother and I fishing, and we're looking and we're like, oh, there's a whole bunch of gross stuff floating in the water here. It was like, oh, there's a bunch of dead fish and all this stuff. And it's like some old, like garbage and stuff. We saw an old blue coat and all this stuff floating around down there. It was stuck under the edge of the pier. And the guy walked out who was going to the pumps because nobody was using anything on the water because it wasn't completely unfrozen yet. But people would go out there, and he had signs up on the pump saying, don't go on the ice. It's too dangerous right now because people would drive across it in the winter all the time. And when it was starting to break up, he had to put signs up because people were stupid and they'd take their motorcycle, or not motorcycles, but their why can't I think of it? Snowmobiles across because they're like, they're lighter, we can make it. And he comes out there and he's like, just says to us like he normally does, catch anything? I'm like, no. And he walks over and he's like, he sees all that stuff and he grabs it and he gets super pale and he's like, get the bleep! And he starts swearing at us, get off the pier, get off the pier, get out of here. And we're like, what did we do wrong? What did we do wrong? And he yelled at us to get out of the reaping way. He screaming at us to get off the thing, all red-faced now, and we're like, what the hell? And soon we're just standing there, we're getting our bikes, and all of a sudden the one cop in town pulls up, and evidently it was a dead person in the blue coat that we had seen about 10 feet from us. That was somebody who had gone out on the lake and fallen in. And we had no idea. We've been sitting there fishing next to a dead person. I'm like, okay. And I'm just I think back to it and I'm like, oh, so some of that stuff there, oh, those were actual shoes. Oh, was that a person's body that was a shit? Oh, ugh. It was gross. And we realized it later and really realizing like, oh, okay. And we've had a healthy respect for frozen lakes ever since. Very healthy. And in a way, it made it worse because it was one of it was a lady from the town. So, and it was a small town, so. Not fun. So there you go. Gross. I was fishing next to a dead person. All right. So this... Anybody else ever sat next to a dead body for a while? And no, funeral doesn't count. Let's see. This kingdom was once. Saw a movie sort of like that last night called Don't Move by Sam Raimi. Oh, really? Gross? Or good? Was it a good movie? All right, let's see here. Did I put his name down right? Oh, you know, all this time I've been writing this guy's name down with an R in it. Where is... Okay. Calvino's asleep on my lap like he's in mid-karate kick at the moment. That was pretty cool. Serial killer drugged a chick and she couldn't move. Chaos ensued. Oof. Saw a crackhead drop dead from an OD after doing a zombie walk for 30 minutes in the street. Alright, Shadow Warden. That's pretty gnarly. My, I can't say neighbor. He was a kid who was in my class when we were moving. Because my stepfather was a bit of a, let's say, what's a good word for it? He was a con man, and he wasn't the best con man in the world. So once again, at one point in my childhood, we were forced to move out of a house and had no place to go. Luckily, one of my friends in school, his family is like, you can come stay with us out at the farm for, a month or two. We had a lot of room. And it was weird because, you never like to do that. But my friend's older brother, who was in class with my brothers, his name was Alfred, and he was just a farmer kid. He, unfortunately, got addicted to smelling gas. Literally gasoline. And he would sit out in the shed and just smell it until he'd get completely high. And one day we were walking past, going out to hunt, because we were going to go after squirrels and stuff. And all of a sudden, we hear him just screaming at the top of his lungs, totally upset, mad, almost crying to himself, like, what the hell did you kill me for then? And we're like, what the hell is he talking to? He bursts out of there, no shirt on, just jeans, looking all like, looking a monster. And we're just like, okay, hey, Al. And he just looks at us. He just wanders off, and we're like, what in the hell did we just see? He had some problems, I'm just going to say. But that was one of the best lines I think I've ever heard somebody yell at themselves. What the hell did you kill me for then? Hot Indian wife from Yellowstone, is it? I haven't seen Yellowstone. You saw a guy stabbed in the heart once. And did he look down after you did it and say, hey, why me? See, that's why I'm putting you right in the story there. Does that count? Sure it counts. Always counts. I mean, Crescent can't talk about all her close encounters with death because that would reveal family secrets, so it's understandable. This is good, not blood. Boop. And then the next thing I'm going to go on to is trick-or-treating stories from being a kid. I want to hear about some of those. Yeah, that small town. I mean, it was a tiny town. It's a really nice little town. If you drive up the Mississippi, it's right on the edge or right on the border of Wisconsin and Iowa. So you can go right across to Wisconsin. You can come over to Iowa, but the main street of the town is like arrow straight once you go around a corner, and it's a hugely long main street. Now, way at the end of the main street, where the road dead ends past downtown, is the huge Catholic church in town, and it's built into a hillside. So you drive down the town straight at it the whole time you're going straight at it, and it's just this huge Catholic church in this little tiny town. It's a very interesting place. Cliffs everywhere, all kinds of crazy, weird people all over the place. Yeah. You know, farmers and all kinds of weird stuff going on all the time, because what else are you going to do in a small town? Chrysanthemum's a cannibal? Really? Oh, okay, there you go. I was going to say, is this a flesh meat joke? Had a neighbor one time have a mental breakdown, stripped naked, and sit outside my bedroom during the winter in freezing temps, howling at the moon. Wow. Okay, Gino. Did you call the cops? Did you call his family? Did you just lower the blinds slowly? Nah, she's the daughter of my boss up in the Northeast. The Northeast! Okay. No travels there without a purpose. Cops are called. Went to the psych ward for a few weeks. That's probably a good idea. That's probably the best place for her at that point. Calvino is sleeping on my lap. It's such a bizarre angle. I really wish I could move him because my leg's falling asleep, but he looks so stupidly cute and happy here, all splayed out, that I can't bring myself to do it. So, I know that JT and I are both Gen X, so when we were kids, the costumes were usually a plastic mask with a tiny little slit for the tongue, little eye holes that didn't always line up to your eyes, a little rubber band with two, tiny little staples holding it to the back of the mask, and usually a plastic smock tied in the back of some sort that was the rest of the costume. And in my house, since we didn't have much money, this is when I lived in a little town in Wisconsin. The little we basically lived in a ranch house, just one story, long house. The coat closet near the door, up on the top shelf, there were 5 or 6 boxes that were the costume boxes. It was, an oblong, kind of a rectangle, usually with like a plastic cellophane pane like taped on the inside. It was like a mirrored shape, like a little oval, that showed what the mask was, and you'd fold up the costume, put the mask back on top so you could see it. I think we had a spaceman. I want to say some kind of a skeleton. I don't even remember what the other ones were, but we had those choices, and that's what we had. That was when I was like 5, and you'd put one on and you'd go out, and that was what you had. And you're lucky. Usually, it was just you're carrying around a grocery bag, like a paper bag for your trick-or-treating bag. It was well before plastic pumpkins and all that stuff, or even a plastic bag. And yeah, we just wander around, go get candy. But sometimes my brothers would come back and switch costumes and then go back out. But I just remember that little slit for the mouth, for the air hole, you'd get condensation in there because you'd be sweating inside and it would get moisture on the inside. And you're like, you just want to stick your tongue in that little space, and you'd always invariably cut it. Ookla, the smock. There you go. Hello, Jensen. Happy Halloween. Crackhead streaking in the streets is a nightly occurrence for me. Woo! But weirdly enough, one of my, since, you know, I've been trick-or-treating since, you know, the 70s, my favorite candy was always the peanut butter taffy. Those black and orange things. Part of that might have been born of the fact that most other people didn't like them much, and I was like, oh, I'll take them. But I just always loved those, and Smarties. Those little crunchy little candies that came in a little roll. Throw eggs, shaving people. Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. Sounds great there, Savage Talk. Troublemaking kids. All right, so I don't want to cover that place anymore. We're going to put this into here. Right. You will notice, Jensen, that I am totally having the stuff that I'm putting in my coffee is totally, if I'm holding it up right, if you can read it, it is totally not blood. Not blood. See? Not blood. To prove that I'm not a vampire, and this is also not blood. See? Totally. Must have been a New York thing. Probably, yeah. Made some candles, gave them to coworkers because it's weird to give stuff like that to kids. All right. Well, it was more the fact that the mask was just there, and that was the only spot to get air from. It was just a nervous impulse. If you've ever watched, hi Calvino. If you've ever watched Venture Brothers, I think it was Hank, or was it Dean? I don't know. He was in the Batman mask, and he was doing the same thing. What? It totally means I'm not a vampire, right, Calvino? Right? I'm not a vampire. I'm wearing totally 21st century clothing, I think. The peasant blouse is still in, right? See? I mean, it's the style. Right? This is how you do things. A nice bracer for your wrist. I'm like, how do you do, fellow mortals? Hi, Kelvin. Are you giving yourself a bath now? Oh, how nice. He's just so happy. I'm going to have to move you in a moment because my foot is completely asleep and it really hurts. He is totally ambivalent to my struggles. And by the way, this little guy back here, he's real. He's not fake. He's totally real. He's totally not a shrunken person. He's totally an anatomically correct drawing mannequin. See? He's got all the parts. Calvino's like, yes. Nice. Creepy? Yes. His arms and things come off and everything. He's all magnetic. All right, Calvino, let's get him back in his position here. Do we have him in the right spot? I think I may have moved him over too far. We can slide him back. Slide him back over. Hi, Calvino, what are you doing? No, that's my chest. That's my flesh. I need that. I need all that. Come here. All right. Oh, time to move you. Oh, buddy. Oh my gosh. Take your claws out of my chest. Oh my goodness. Hi. Come up here for a second. Hi. What are you doing? Yeah, that's a, basically it's an artist statue, so you can look at the actual anatomy, see how everything is shaped and how all the muscles and tendons and everything go. Half of it is all the way down to the bones, the other half is musculature. Yeah, buddy, I can't hold you like this, you know, remember? Remember where this doesn't work? Yes, everybody needs a lovable vampire cat. Don't they? Don't they, buddy? He is so stinking happy right now. Can I move you? Meow? Hey, help you know. Meow? Meow? I don't know if you guys can hear him yet purring, but it's loud. Hi. Alright, I gotta set you down. Yeah, totally we'll do the mirror test live for it. Yeah, see, shiny, semi-shiny surface. Look, it's me. See? You can see me right in it, right? Perfect. Okay, now that that's out of the way. Totally me. Hi, buddy. It's totally normal me. I'm looking for something really quickly here, though. I don't see it here. Okay, I don't have it. The vampire didn't see his reflection. Well, you know, it's very small on camera. It's, you know, camera subtracts 10 pounds. Mirror's silverback doesn't count. Well, anyway. Please make me like Ted Medium. My second job about this old guy who was mad about a trip and reporters corporate. Ah! Well, here, I will make you laugh because I am drinking this. Which is also not blood. I just realized that sometimes it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? This is not blood. Mmm. This is the best wine ever. Yep, that's good wine. It does not taste like Villagers. Ish. All right, so this is, we're going to change this name here. Oops. And if that doesn't work, then, well, we can't have Chrysanthel Pun because she's still smarting from last night. She had too much pain in her face and voice and eyes, and you could see it running off of her soul. It was horrifying. She was dying. Alright, we're gonna go with, because we don't know what these are. And that was a theocracy. Your soul hurts. I drank blood before. It's not my cup of tea, but it could be better with sugar. I don't know if that was a joke about cup of tea or not, but that was just, wow. Wow. People are too soft now. Watching Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, a children's cartoon. When I was a kid, had a viewer discretion. Well, I like the idea of a viewer desecration warning, though. Oh, that would be fun, Jensen. Hi, Calvino. Yes, you're sleeping Superman style on my leg now. He's doing the... off the edge. So, let's see. The Lassie's crown was also lost. I'm just making some more notes here. Now, if you guys had a story that was about a lich that got turned into, or turned himself into a lich and went through all the stuff because he was seduced by a succubus into it, what do you think would happen at that point? Do you think he would, once he became the undead creature and was kind of more immune to her influence, would turn on her and basically create, you know, or not create, but make his entire existence then focused on trying to destroy her? Or would he have one of those evil Hallmark moments where he realized she's really been the one for him the whole time? And this allows them to be together forever? It's like, what's her name? Lacey Chabert is the succubus in the movie, and I'm trying to think who is in the Hallmark movies. There's probably a guy who's in the Hallmark movies. The dude who was that dude in the other Hallmark movies, yeah, is the guy who's a lich now. Do you think that would turn into kind of romance across the aeons? Or do you think it would turn into my evil succubus ex-girlfriend, and they have history, but they're forced to work together? Lich lover for sure. Enslaver? Michael Marsden. Sure, we'll go with that. I don't know who that is, but sure. Crescent broke my habitual pun post by not responding to them. Ah. So it worked. You don't negotiate with terrorists. Even if they're pun terrorists. What, buddy? If you see my cursor start moving on the screen, it's because Calvino's laying here and he's reaching up like this and pushing my space bar. Totally not blood put in a bottle. Exactly. See? Not blood. Not blood. It says so right on the label. I mean, if you're not going to believe a label, what are you going to believe? And this, I mean, see? It's FDA approved, obviously. Hi, buddy. Hello, Mr. Snuggles. The villagers don't call him that. They just call him the Black Wind of Death, because he just storms down upon them and sacks their villages. Or something. Or they just see him out at the edge of the village and they're like, "Aww!" And then he sacks the village. Catholic thing, anime Catholic girl. What? I missed something here. Okay, let me go back here. What do you think of loose? Because that's just too busy for us peasants nowadays. Peasants! You have a lot of butter in your freezer. Oh! Good plan, Dave. Butter is good. Anime Catholic girl? Might say that. No. Calvino. All right. Lauren. So if I go back down to here, and I get to the Lich. Kelvin, if you keep rolling like that, you're going to fall off my lap. What? Hi. Yep. Oh, that thing. I really don't understand what the heck. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. I mean, they'll make an anime out of anything, I guess. And people will eat it up. Yeah, can I have my hand? Hi. What? Huh? Meow? Meow? Calvino. No? Not even one meow out of you? Meow? He's just gonna nuzzle my head. Alright, buddy. You snuggle up. I'm gonna keep writing. Snuggle in. Snugglevino. I gotta think up a good name for this succubus. Okay. Yeah, that's my fleshy hands that you're playing with your big mitts of, I guess, murder? Mitts of murder? Mitts of murder! Trying to bring young people into the church. Mascot for the Catholic Church, more or less. Ah! Succubus named Courtney. You can think of a few succubi. Sent me an article on it. Okay. I like how it says means light in Italian. Or Latin. For the Utes. Hey, I will say it's better than Buddy Jesus. Maybe? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's worse. It's funny because I actually made, I started, I didn't ever finish it. I started working on the basics idea of a role-playing system that would work for people who wanted to play in like ancient times and, well, in Christian times, stuff like that. And it had some interesting fun mechanics and stuff, but the key was trying to figure out how you would role-play into that kind of a situation, because most people in role-playing games do the bad things all the time. So I kind of was like, like how the church is still Latin with Psalms from the 200s. Yeah. Courtney Love. There you go. Got it. I see what you're saying. I think I might have to think of a more Dark Ages, maybe even early medieval, late medieval, even Renaissance. Some kind of a name that fits the setting a little bit better. Courtney is, definitely a good old name, but it's become so modernized. Usually have a hard time being the bad guy in RPGs like Fallout. Yeah, I have trouble with that too. It feels so wrong. Even though some of those characters are so heinous and you don't really care about them, I still feel like, oh, would I do this to even a horrible person? I don't know. Every now and then you do a hard save and go psycho. Phoebe! Look up a name here. The problem is you guys said Luce or Lucy, and it was just like, oh no. Now I got that stupid name on my head. All right. All right, let's see. Oops, that's not how I write that. Because I think Phoebe means similar to Luce, and lux, it means light. I think Phoebe means something like that as well. Think everyone does that though? I don't know. Maybe some people don't. I don't often because I just don't want to waste my time going off on a path I'm not going to complete. All right, let's see here. Man, cats are going a little crazy over the new cat tree I put up there. Because it's got a little bounce to it, because it's made of plastic pieces that fit together. They are bouncing off it, and I don't understand why. It's kind of... it's not safe. Let's go with that. What's up, buddy? There's no... Yeah, that's not a bird. That's a blinking light. He sees a blinking light on a thing over here, and he's like, staring at it like that. Don't attack it. It's an electronic device. That's not a good name. I could do Yelena. Yelena, Olena? That doesn't seem like a pronounceable name. Okay. That name's been in the list 3 times already. This person is not very good at editing their list. It's probably written by an AI, so. All right, so that's interesting, but that's a Slovenian, kind of a Slavic version of a name. That'd be a little strange. Huh. That's a French name. I don't think, oh, it's a French name. Oh. Calvino's weighing on my legs today. He's getting extra comfy. I think he's putting on some winter weight here. Eudicia. Well, that's just weird. Alright, so... boy, these sites are really bad. There's some names in here that I'm just like, why would someone name a kid that? That's mean. I can't even bring myself to say them out loud. And, I've never seen Bianca spelled with a K. Holace? Love Bush? I don't know, but JJ, these seem like kind of weird names. And Dave, no way, we're not going to do another Erudi name. No. No. They keep putting the same names in here, which is weird. And they're spelled exactly the same way. Wow, that name I wonder if that's a misprint. See, you put Erudi in there unintentionally, but you did it anyway. Ooh, he's in your head. He's living rent-free. So anyone else have any crazy, weird stories? Did you ever do anything weird while you were... get anything weird in your candy when you were trick-or-treating as a kid? I had some friends that got some very strange things. They were accidental. One of my friends ended up with a set of car keys in his bag. We were like 12, wandering around, and we sat down in the corner and we were starting to look through our candy to eat some, because if we go home, you know, it was before people started doing really bad stuff in the candy then. Like, nobody was putting the razor blades and stuff in it where we were at, so you didn't have to worry about x-raying it or looking at it. And we looked out and he's like, "I have somebody's car keys." I'm like, oh no. And back then, you know, people didn't have like tons of keys. It was one of those plasticky little coin purse things, like the little coin purse you squish. They had a little keychain hooked to it with like 4 or 5 keys on it. And luckily it had a realty name on the back of it. And we're like, oh, that's that person's house. We went back up there and gave the lady her keys back. she gave him a ton of extra candy. I'm like, oh man. And she literally only gave him extra candy. So it wasn't like the, hey, you all did something nice. It was like, no, this kid brought the keys back, so he got candy. I'm like, all right. I came home with a dog one year, just followed me home. I had to return it. Oh. You got a couple $100 because the guy ran out of candy? What? Wow, razor blades and needles are 99% found to be familiar people or family. Ooh, that's horrible. I took my friend's daughter to go trick-or-treating in my building where I work. We would have a trick-or-treat parade, so everybody could bring kids in and they could go through everybody's desk. It was just a really easy way for everybody to go trick-or-treating. And we had 300 people in our building, so the kids just made out like bandits with candy because they're just walking to everybody's cube and office. And I have an ammo crate that was a big wooden, like, federal duck hunting ammo crate that I'd open up. I would just fill it full of candy. And I have my mannequin back here, and it's a 1950s mannequin, so it's hard plastic, and the hands come off, and they have a metal spoke. It's like this thick piece of metal with a little ball on the end that clicks in. And I'd take the hands out, and I would put them in the candy. So these hands were sitting in there in the candy. The kids would come in and be like, worried that it was going to do something. When they figured out it didn't, they'd be fine. But I took her through the office, and one of the guys was like, oh, is this your daughter? And I'm like, no, not my daughter. This is my friend's daughter. Remember, you've met her before. And he goes, oh yeah, I remember that. He's like, well, I don't have any more candy. They just took more. And he's like, and I can't go back up and get it. So he did exactly what you were talking about, Gino. He's like, here. He gave her $20. And she was just looking at me, because she was like 6 at the time. And she's like, and kind of smiling, like, did I just get money? I was like, don't get used to it. And we go to the next desk, and she's just, she's a little kid. And the guy's like, all right, take whatever you want. And she looks and she goes, do you have any money? And he's like, yes. And she's just like looking at him. I was like, Kurt just gave her $20 because he had no more candy. He's like, Kurt, stop it. You're making me look bad. He's like, okay, here it is. So he gave her a bunch of candy. The funny thing is, the candy was all bought by the office, so there was like barrels of candy up front. You just grab and bring to your desk. So he could have just gone and got candy, but it was pretty funny. Friend got shot one year because some guy egged his car. That sounds great. Egged a cab. Oh, okay. That was a Halloween. I came home with 5 garbage bags filled with candy. Wow, Gino. That is... Wow. You gave a kid a lightsaber, Dave? You gave him a Count Dooku one. Oh, wow. That must have made his day. Speaking of which, I'm surprised I haven't had any trick-or-treaters yet. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I wonder if they're out. Because around here, they do trick-or-treating, I think either the weekend right before or a different day than the day of Halloween often. I think that's because adults have parties often on the Halloween day. I don't know. Not really sure. Oh, it's 6:09. You usually start about this time. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it goes well. Hopefully you get all kinds of little beggars. Yes, I call them beggars again. The damn heretics. All right. I'm trying to find a very specific name that I'm recalling, but I can't remember. No, that's not it. Wow, that's horrible. Horrible. Okay, we're going to go with this name. We're going to go with this name. It'll be a surprise for everybody. And the name is Chrysanthus. No, Chrysanthia. There we go. No, I'm kidding. It has nothing to do with Chrysanth. Chrysanth is not a succubus. She is a total normal person. Totally normal. She is, as she put it herself, she is a gem. She is a treat. And I think she is also completely innocent, I think is what I also heard. Right? Right? You hardly get any trick-or-treaters anymore? Is it the fig trees? Or the fig trees scaring them away? Is that it? All the figs? All right, I figured out that that not blood is very good. You got jokes, but since she hates me, I will refrain. There you go. Yeah, that's a good question. What kind of candy do you guys give out? Because I have this little bag here of little tiny mini candy bars that I would give out if anybody got back here, but nobody does. Calvino is just such a lovey cat right now. Oh my gosh. You get 30-mile-an-hour winds and some storminess coming in. He's all like, ah. Ones that are like 2 bites? Okay, you go out invisible candy. If it's candy corn or anything like that, you're a monster. Oh. Hey, when I was a kid, one of the big things to give out to people were apples, little bags of raisins, and popcorn balls. So it was often you get a popcorn ball or something like that, and let me tell you, once you get a few popcorn balls in your bag, it feels like you've got a lot of stuff in there, but it's not much. It's popcorn balls. Technically, I've got 2 because we go through so much sometimes. Wow. Costco bag of chocolate candy, snack size. Oh, Costco bag. That's a pretty good size bag, I bet. Little bags, pennies. Yes, pennies. Yes. There was a lady in our town who used to give out rolls of pennies. Like a whole roll of pennies. She had a bowl full of them. There were also, I remember as a kid, there were also those little, what was it? It was little informative packets on something, like don't do drugs or something. I don't know. It was the 70s, so it was like some kind of a little pamphlet or something. You hated getting those. One of my friends, his wife, likes to give out books on Halloween because she went to school for library science or something. But the books sometimes they've chosen are like, okay. I have fruit snacks if anyone stopped by. Yeah, my brothers used to save the popcorn balls if they could until they got rock hard, and they would just throw them at each other. Worst case scenario, we put it in the stockings for Christmas. We have 20 plus. Woof. They get egged. Full-size candy bars or cans of pop. Do people give soda? Now, I remember as a kid, I don't know if you guys know what these things were, but they're about like the size of a soda can, but they were a little plastic. It looked like a little barrel, and it had a little top with a little foil thing that you just peel off. The top was a foil cap, and it was like not a soda drink. It was a kind of a juicy drink, but it was not high quality drink. There were different flavors, like a blue one, orange one, red one, grape one. Hi, what? Hello. But some people would give those out on Halloween. I don't know why. Dave, fruit snacks, you deserve one egg thrown at you. Ralph. Yeah, you heard Islam, Ralph. All right. So, seduced down the path to lichdom by a succubus named... Ah! One guy, a Frost back on my day. Sorry, yeah. One guy, dentist, used to give out toothbrushes and dental floss. Yeah, our dentist in town used to do that too. Said if anyone stops by, haven't had anyone come by the cemetery in 4 years. Should have a Frost bingo card. Exactly. Back in my day. Yep. I think I told you guys that time when I was 5 when I had the flu. One of the times I remember being sick, that I couldn't go out trick-or-treating because I was sick that day. So I was stuck home sitting in my NFL sleeping bag, and my brothers got candy for me. And they put it in a big paper bag, and it was sitting on top of a dresser in the spare bedroom where I was sleeping because I had the flu. But then we had to go to a party because it's the 70s, and if your parents want to go do something, it doesn't matter if your kids are sick. You go and do it. So all the kids were shuffled off, and we went to the people's house for the party, and all the kids of all the people were shuffled down into the basement den, and that's where we were stuck. And I was sleeping on the couch. Everybody else was playing games, and like board games and whatever they had, because it was, the 70s. There weren't really video games except for Pong. And when we got home, our dog Pepper had gotten to my candy bag and had ripped it open and chewed through most of it. There wasn't a ton of, it was mostly sugary candy, not chocolate candy, so he was fine. But that meant I got no candy, because it was all basically slobbered on and ripped open and whatnot. And even though they went and got me that candy, they were about to share their candy with me. So that Halloween, I got no candy. I learned, never be sick. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, if I lived by a cemetery, we'd give up multiple full-size bars. There you go. Hi, Calvino. You are such a loving cat today. You're such a loving cat today. All right. So for him, I've written up a few things here on this document, but I'm also working on another document here off to the side with notes, talking about this undergod, because since the undergods aren't real gods, they're kind of a counterpoint to the real gods that were created. I was working on the Vulcan's counterpart, and where Vulcan uses the fires of Zerath to forge, and he works in, moving forward and learning things and improving. This guy forges with cold and ice. He deals in stagnation, destruction, and ignorance. He freezes progress and stymies creativity. It's his job, he feels, to keep things right where they are. He hates progress. He hates anything that changes. He wants stagnation. My last dog ate an entire bag of Hershey's Kisses, didn't eat a single wrapper. Wow, that's impressive. Frost learned immunity through candy loss. Yes! They did Halloween in the 1870s. Well, back then, it was different. She was only also like 13 pounds and didn't even bother. Wow. I had full-size bars the first 2 years in a freezer full of chocolate. Not good. Oh. It's all Halloween in the 1800s, all the vampires, werewolves, and witches running around. Well, yeah, the 1800s were wild, man. Wild! Crazy times. So what are you guys going to do for the rest of your Halloween tonight? Are you going to be playing games? Are you going to be going out? What's the plan? Like Halloween-themed stuff? Oh boy, I hope they didn't just knock over the new cat tree. This new cat tree is a little taller than the old one. The posts on the old one were like this tall each. These posts are like this tall. And there's 2 stacks of them, plus a 3rd tier up top. So the cats sitting on it are like here at my height. I'm like, wow, that's a tall cat tree. I did not realize it was going to be that tall. They're liking it, but they're also confused by it because it's plastic instead of carpet. I don't know if we have our game tonight. That's a great question. I'm gonna bug Erudi real quick. We'll see what he says. Oh, right when I clicked on it, it said he was green, and it went to the moon of him being idle. Well, I guess we'll see if he responds. Yeah, because I think is March. Oh, yeah, I think March is canceled. Erudi's hiding from me. He might be. Did you know? You noticed his answer when I said, "Wait, not answering him in voice channels is optional," and he said, "Not for you." It's like, damn it. There we go. All right. Well, we'll see if he gets back to me. He might. He might not. He might not. So I'm not doing tons and tons of writing. I'm mostly having fun talking with you guys because I'm thinking about this crazy stuff. Hi, buddy.
Hi. Hello.
You are so happy right now. He is flipping his tail back and forth in just absolute pleasure because I'm scratching his ruff right here on his chest, and he's just like, He's got a hold of me with his paws. He's a happy boy. Yeah. I have no choice but to answer. No Dragon Queen. I think Halloween is one of the days he doesn't do games, at least according to his server, but he might change his mind. I don't know. Yeah, I forgot. I should go look over there real quick. Let's see what he says. Let's see here. Where is it? DM schedule. Here we go. Yeah, Halloween. An off day for your games. Okay, so I guess that means we'll assume it's off. And yep, there we go. Yeah, okay, well, it probably means we're not playing, but I'll check in later just to see. I don't know what else I'm doing after tonight. I was gonna do a little more writing, but I might play a game. I might go back and play something else. We'll see. I don't know. I'm having fun playing around with this stuff and drinking my not blood and being a not vampire on screen. And I'll have you know that I had no plans to do any of this black and white stuff or the vampire stuff, but Sevi sent me a message at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I was away from my computer until like 4:15, where she said, "Hey," I was like, "What?" And she said, "I heard you were gonna reveal yourself as a vampire." I was like, "Oh?" And then she'd asked me some other questions. I was like, "Oh, maybe I should do something." So I quickly went and grabbed this Viking shirt, put on my bracer and my belt and stuff. I set everything to lookup tables to be black and white or noir on the desktop, except for the map because I forgot that one. And threw the cobweb over here from the other server I had and switched over the intro video and everything to have no color. And I'm like, there we go. And then I thought, wait, I have a label maker somewhere. I went and found the label maker, had to change the batteries quickly because it ran out of batteries. And then printed out my not blood and also not blood labels. So, high quality stuff here. I totally thought it through ahead of time, too. Right? Right. That's me. I'm totally a planner.
Hey, buddy.
What? He is so adorable right now because he's laying here and he's got his fangs sticking out, but I can't really get a picture of it because he keeps moving. Yeah, see, every time I reach for my phone, he moves his head. I'm trying. I'm trying hard. Trying to get a picture. Yeah, I can't get a picture of it. He's just a happy boy right now. Right. So put it this over here. This one over here. Oh, it looks like he's no longer. He says he's online, but we'll see if he answers me. He'll probably say nope. All right. Bang, bam, bam. Let's see here. Have you guys ever played in a? I know a couple of people are playing in like Strahd campaigns. Have you guys ever finished a vampire D&D Strahd campaign? I have literally never been in a Strahd campaign that actually finished, because everyone's like, "Yeah, totally gonna be great with the vampires and stuff," and then about a quarter of the way through, halfway through, I don't know, everyone just kind of is like, "Guess we'll play something else," and then it always just veers off into something else. Because I think people get into the spirit around certain times a year and then realize later that playing a vampire campaign sometime in the summer is like, meh. Never played a game of D&D in your life. Well, Gino, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I've played a couple. Billion. I played all of them. All right, so here. Let's see. What is his name? I don't know. I can't think of a name for him right now. I can't come up with a good one anyway. How about that? That's a horrible name. Huh. Doug. That'd be a great name for a lich. Oh, weird. Okay. What? Oh. Kelvin just woke up with a start like, what? My hair. What's up, buddy? Do you need something? Okay, he's rolling around. Okay. Hi. Well, welcome to Up. How you doing? Come here. Kelvin. No, I'm not gonna. Come over. Yeah, okay, there we go. As soon as he's like starts rubbing against the chair, and as soon as I touch him, he just goes blam, full blast. His whole body smashing into us. Us, me. Us, me. Me. Do you really need to be laying down again? Okay, can I move my leg before you get too comfy? Okay. All right, we're gonna try this. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we do. Don't eat my fingers. Yeah, ow, that's my fingers. You're eating them. Don't do that. There we go. All right. That is going to be a really uncomfortable position for you, dude. Don't do that. All right. Wow, that name is Very difficult. That's a Scottish name. Doesn't really work for this guy. Really bad name. Wow. There's some... I'm not even going to apologize. Stupid names on here. Merle. There we go. It means blackbird. Okay. Morris. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to come up with a good name for him. Hi. Okay, bud. All right, I'll help you a little bit here. I'll help you keep you from falling off the chair. So Gino, why didn't you ever play a game of D&D? You've just never felt like it. Never been invited. Never interested. Too cool for school. He is such a happy cat right now. Oh my gosh, if you could hear him purring. Wow. And he's pushed my mat that's under my keyboard up and over. So he's flopped it over with his back legs and his front legs. So it's kind of hard for me to get to the keyboard right now. So it's perfect for me to be looking at names right now. Those are two... It wasn't something anyone in school or friend circle was into? Oh, okay. That's two on the nose. Let's go with this. Well, that doesn't help. That's a useless list. Never played neither is because I can't role play or act. Never been around people who did play. Oh, all right. Well, you're around people now. Even Crescent, who says she can't do it, does it. I think she does it well. That could work. That name might work well. What does that mean? Women are natural actors. Ask everyone that has been with Erudi. No thanks. name. Okay. Boop. That's a bad name too. There are a lot of really weird, somewhat boring names out here too. But there are a lot of interesting names too. Hope the cats aren't arguing over the cat house now, because sometimes I get a new cat house and one or two of them will get in the little cubby holes, and then another cat will be like, I'm coming for you. You're in the thing that I want to be in. Like, great. Fighting. Meh, we'll see. You're not going to ask 3,636 Craigslist women. Wow, there's a lot of names on this list. I didn't realize this list was this long. I thought it was like 10 names. It was like 243 names. Names with bad meanings. What? Okay. All right, buddy. I'm moving my hand because my hand's falling asleep now, holding your head that way. We'll go with this name. Okay, we'll have him once have been a lore master at the Lexicon. Seduced down the path to lichdom by a succubus. So what I'm having him do is he was once a lore master talking about law. He was seduced to becoming a lich. Once he turned to become undead and her control fell away, he realized he'd been controlled, and his first instinct was, you know, he wanted to deal with her, but he was also livid at all those who were his followers because he had a great number of followers, almost like a cult that followed him. But he lashed out in anger at them because not a single one of them had the strength or of character or will to have actually told him this is not the way you should be going. They all acquiesced and just kind of knuckled and went along with his plans, and none of them stood up to him enough to tell him, don't do this, this is a bad idea. And so he destroyed every single one of them. And then he went on to things. I gave him a good name. I gave him the name Casimir, which is the Destroyer of Peace. Sorry if my typing is disturbing you, Calvino. Your little whiskers are turned funny. There we go. I'll fix that for you. All right. Now I need to look at the lore here to make sure that I'm not saying this incorrectly. Calvina's trying to put me to sleep here. There we go. Let's see. Let's go find the succubus. All right. Spy manipulators. All right, I think I found a way that I can tie this into the legendary noble character's story. I just had a thought. Some stuff here. All right. The manipulator, shapeshifting, walking, life drain. Da, 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 da. Okay. Look up something down here. Here we go. What do they want to do here? Okay, there we go. Okay. Every time I type, his little whiskers go. we go. Okay, so this succubus has a very big problem with the minions of Xander, and her whole thing was that she convinced this guy to become a lich, to follow the path down to this power she had promised him, and he lashed out at everybody who was a yes man and didn't stop him. But the noblewoman, Cassia, who was at the lexicon as well, is the only person who sparred with him and basically told him that, you know, his choices were foolish. And he respects her, but also doesn't really like her much. But the succubus had quite a fun time as he destroyed all his minions. Minion destruction. You gotta love it. All right. Okay. Okay. Oops, okay, here we go. People. What are you gonna do? All right, so there we go. Right, so I've got the basics of that down, because on the other screen over here, I'm working on the legendary nobles write-up, and this is gonna fit right into that to be the point that kind of drove her away from where she was at and set her back down her path of trying to be better at her job. Okay, Calvino, why did you kick me? Oh, I think he's dreaming. I thought he kicked me because he was annoyed that I did something. Nope, he's just dreaming. No whiskers out of place. Exactly. Happy Halloween over there, history eraser button. Sorry, I had Kick Chat covered up by another page. Because, you know, I have a lot of pages open. That's what I do. All right, here. Okay. And what is this? This is... What have we got here? We've got a... That's my own note. All right, what is here? Wow, I didn't realize there were a whole bunch of. I missed some of the memes that Kyle had done. Oh my gosh. I love how the one with Sevi laying there, she's just kind of like side eyes. That was pretty funny. I just noticed all those memes. Okay. 10:35 p.m. Not a single trick-or-treater here. Yes, our neighborhood is the Sophia's aspect of paganism once again, Taxi says over in Discord. Oh, Calvino did the stretch. Aww. Okay. Huh. Mr. Crowley. Have you guys ever gone to, what the heck are they called? Seance? Anything like that? Because I had friends when I used to play Rollmaster with this group, and my friend, the guy who was running most of the campaigns, his girlfriend and her sister were like super into tarot and Ouija boards and hypnosis and all this crazy stuff, and they buy crystals and all these things, and I was like, okay, whatever, people. I just ignored it because I didn't care. But they would have, you know, parties different parts of the year, and especially around Halloween. They go out and like do tarot readings and stuff in the woods and do all these crazy things and do hypnosis. My friend would kind of play along with it and pretend to be hypnotized, and he was really good with accents and pretending stuff. He had them convinced that he was like, he had the spirit of this old cowboy from like the 1860s inhabiting his body, and they were freaked out every time because he was such a bastard when he was pretending to be that guy. But they invited me to these, and I'm like, oh, fine, I'll just go over and say hi to everybody. And they'd be doing stuff, and I'd come in, and then the person doing the reading is like, this reading doesn't make any sense anymore. I don't really understand it. And I wander through. They're like, can we do a reading for you? And I was like, fine. They start doing it. They're like, I'm not getting a good feel. This doesn't make any sense to me. And I was just this disruptive influence on everything. They were trying to have like Ouija board stuff. And they're like, we're not getting anything. We're not getting anything. What's going on? And I said, oh, that's probably up me because, you know, this is all just a bunch of stupidity, and I find it kind of laughable. They're like, oh, you don't believe in any of this? I was like, oh, I believe you're doing horrible things, but not around me, you're not going to. And they're like, they never invited me to those things anymore because I disrupted everything for them. They did not like it. It was kind of funny. They said it was like you walked in with like a wet calming blanket and you ruined everything. I was like, oh, nice. I'm a wet calming blanket. Nice. I'm a fire blanket. So it was nice to know that my mere presence just ruined all their fun. Which is why I guess I don't go to haunted houses with people often. Because I just wreck them. Because we did go on a ghost hunt once, which nobody had anything except a VHS camera. And we went through and people were like, ooh, it's so spooky and scary in here. I'm like, no, really it isn't. It's kind of boring. There was nothing. They were like, ooh, last time we were here, there was all these crazy, koopy things and all this stuff. And I said, yeah, you probably convinced yourself there was all kinds of stuff. But I'm here. So you'll be fine. They never let me come back. They hate me. You're sorry I'm not? Okay. Whee! Ah, those people. Oh my gosh, time has flown here. Well, I got some writing done. Mostly I got a lot of vampire-y type stuff done with not blood, and cats are tired from sacking villages laying on my lap like a little warm blanket. A little fuzzy warm blanket that purrs. But, so, I'm going to, probably be hopping off relatively shortly here. I don't know if I'm going to start playing a game or what I'm going to do. When I make sure the kitties are all set, they haven't knocked over their cat tree up there, and that Calvino's got some treats for his role in totally defeating the villagers and their mob that was coming to get me. But yeah, I am gonna take off here. Thank y'all for coming by. This has been kind of entertaining. If I had planned a little more ahead, I might have had more Halloween-y stuff going. But I got to write about a succubus and a lich and a lost kingdom and a few more notes about a noble character who had some run-ins with this lich as he became a lich. And yeah, oh boy, it's a Superman stretch now. He's on his back and he is stretched like a little monkey. Oh man. Yeah, there is next year. You are right. You are right. Calvino, can I have my hand? He is resting his entire head and neck on my hand and is just trusting me to keep him up. Hey, buddy. Calvino. Alright, I'm going to let go. Alright, you're going to have to support your own head. There you go. Hi. Welcome to being... Okay, I was going to say, welcome to being awake. Never mind, he's not awake. Alright, so... I'm going to probably stop like a minute or so here. He is such a lump. Come here, buddy. I've got to move my leg again. Can I pick you up? Are you going to get mad if I pick you up? All right, let's try it. Let's see how mad he gets. Oh, buddy. There we go. My little flumpalump. All right, I got you. You're warm. You're happy. He's such a happy boy. You know, we really need to work harder and get this Legend Seeker done by January. Let's get it done. What's up? What's up, buddy? Hi. What? Okay, yes. Good boy. Yes, he's headbutting my chin right now. All right, you're making it very hard for me to talk. You're making it hard for me to talk. I got to do my outro. Can I do my outro? Okay, come here. All right, so... I am Frost. I am not a vampire. I was not drinking blood. This is not a vampire cat. This is not a totally shrunken down person that I took from the village. And this has been Legend Seeker on Halloween. Your screen is not cracked. That is cobweb. And I'm going to get going here, but this has been fun. Calvino is snuggling into my beard again. All right, buddy. And I will see you all next time on Tuesday when we're back in November. We'll do all kinds of turkey-themed things at some point. Maybe. But anyway, I'm going to try and reach over and hit the ending button. So do me a favor. And oh, don't chew on my fingers, buddy. Okay. Do me a favor. Stay around, like and comment the stream. And I will talk to you all next time. And if I stream and you guys stop by my stream later, I'll see you then. So have fun. I'm going to get going here and go off into the night. I mean, I'm going to stay home like a normal person. Normal non-vampire person. I got fur falling off me now because of a certain cat. All right, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.